2025 Volkswagen ID.7 First Look Review, VW's electric flagship. Volkswagen's ID-badged electric cars have been pretty successful, with the latest electric sedan known as the ID.7 being the sixth global VW based on this specific MEB platform. While the number of VW EV models sold in China and Europe is much greater than in the USA, the flagship sedan is coming to the USA as part of the brand's plans to increase its share of electric models. We're glad the sedan hasn't completely died out, and that there is a new rival to take on Tesla. Crucially, the ID.7's claimed range figures look good enough to trouble the Model 3, and it has one of VW's most spacious and feature-packed interiors. There is also a powerful electric motor that should provide swift acceleration. All signs point to the ID.7 nicely building on the strong foundation set by the ID.4 in the United States. When is the Volkswagen ID.7 coming out? With its global premiere in April 2023, the release date for the Volkswagen ID.7 is set for 2024 in North America as a 2025 model. It will be released in China and Europe first in the fall of 2023. 2025 Volkswagen ID.7 price and competition. It's risky business trying to field a brand new sedan into a market that now prefers SUVs, so pricing will be critical. We expect the 2025 Volkswagen ID.7's base price to start at an MSRP of around $45,000 for the entry-level RWD model with the smallest battery. This is a difficult vehicle to categorize, though, since the presumed price is more comparable to a Tesla Model 3, yet in terms of size, it's a lot closer to the vastly more expensive Model S. Still, it's the Model 3 that we consider a more relevant rival if the $45,000 estimate turns out to be accurate. The Pro S confirmed for Europe is likely to make its way to the USA too, and this could cost somewhere between $50,000 and $55,000. VW did not specifically mention a dual-motor, all-wheel drive model, but such a configuration is very likely for the US market too. These prices will also see the ID.7 overlap with the BMW i4. New Volkswagen ID.7 exterior and colors. The new Volkswagen ID.7 sedan harks back to the ID.Aero concept car, although the production model has loads of its own character. The most notable exterior feature of the Volkswagen ID.7 is its fastback design that sees the coupe-like roofline taper down to the rear end. The rear end is characterized by horizontal lines with the LED light strip curving all around into the LED tail light cluster. Along the side, there is a striking feature line below the windows, and it continues to the sculpted hood which leads to LED matrix headlights up front. There is a narrow LED strip for the DRLs that incorporate the turn signals. The windshield is steeply raked, and the front end is enclosed almost entirely. There are lower side air curtains that channel air turbulence, and a central air intake, too. Flared sills prevent air from flowing underneath the body of the car to the rear tires, and a rear diffuser optimizes airflow even further. ID.7 cars will roll on wheels of up to 20 inches in size, all of which are designed with aerodynamics in mind. It's clear that aerodynamics plays a large role in the overall design, since it has a low drag coefficient figure of 0.23. Exterior features include a panoramic sunroof with smart electric chroming to dim, and it can be switched from transparent to opaque, depending on your needs. It can even be operated by voice commands. We're not privy to the colors the VW ID.7 will come in, but we know the roof pillars and the roof will be finished in contrasting high-gloss black with aluminum look strips in the roof frame. This will be standard across the range. Volkswagen ID.7 dimensions. We know the dimensions of the 2025 Volkswagen ID.7, and this puts the sedan closer to the larger C-segment cars with a length of 195.3 inches spread over a 116.8-inch wheelbase. Its width is 73.3 inches if you exclude the mirrors, and it stands 60.6 inches in height. Curb weight hasn't been revealed yet, but given battery packs and other gadgetry in the fastback sedan, expecting an overall weight in excess of 4,000 pounds is likely. Higher spec models with more equipment could surpass that by some margin. Volkswagen ID.7 engine and performance. We know that Europe will be getting two versions of the ID.7, but what we'll get stateside remains to be seen. The automaker claims that the Pro and Pro S models, trim names we're familiar with from the ID.4, will get a newly developed drivetrain with a 282 horsepower permanent magnet synchronous motor, a two-stage one-speed gearbox, and an inverter. The setup provides increased power and efficiency, and the gearbox boasts low-friction components to withstand high power and torque. European models will get two battery options, an 82 kWh with 77 kWh usable on the base model, while the Pro S will get a larger 91 kWh unit with 86 kWh usable. Sadly, only the smaller battery will make its way stateside. The rest of the mechanics, so to speak, are still being kept under wraps, so we're not sure what 0 to 60 miles per hour times the ID.7 will manage just yet. If we assume a dual motor setup will be on offer, a 6-second sprint isn't impossible. Standard models will be rear-wheel drive since the motor is mounted on the rear axle. We'll know more when official specs are released. The automaker states that the standard suspension, enhanced adaptive damping, and revised driving dynamics manager give the ID.7 an ideal balance between comfort and agility. The rear axle also houses specially tuned, high-damping elastokinematic mounts, and together with a low center of gravity, will optimize handling, range, charging, and battery life. The aerodynamic focus of the ID.7 leaves it with a drag coefficient of 0.23, which supplements the electronic wizardry of the high-efficiency drivetrain to make for the longest possible range. The 2025 ID.7 is also built on the MEB platform with 400-volt architecture. The base 82 kWh battery can be charged at a rate of up to 170 kilowatts, plugged into a DC fast charger, that should recharge from 5 to 80% in around 40 minutes, and this model will hopefully have an EPA-rated range of over 300 miles, WLTP range is 382 miles. VW estimates a maximum range of 435 miles for the ID.7, but that is based on the optimistic European WLTP cycle, so that figure should be reduced to around 360 to 380 miles to bring it into line with what we can expect the EPA to achieve. A larger battery pack like that on the Pro S can charge at 200 kilowatts capacity, cutting charge times and adding to range, but that's reserved for the European market at this stage. Even if the ID.7 doesn't quite reach the 300-mile mark for range, getting as close to that as possible would be good, given the presumably competitive starting price, and would be in the same ballpark as rivals such as the base BMW i4. This should be possible on the 82 kWh battery, given that the ID.4 SUV reaches 275 miles on a charge and the sedan is significantly more aerodynamic. Volkswagen ID.7 interior and cargo. The Volkswagen ID.7 interior is an all-new design with high quality and spaciousness as the focus. This is, as VW says, thanks to a long wheelbase ensuring generous legroom all around. Space in the cargo hold is around 18.8 cubic feet, according to VW, which can't match many SUVs but is generous for a sedan. The rest of the cabin is more impressive, with the soft padded dashboard neatly laid out and optionally illuminated by ambient lighting and contrast stitching to give it a more premium feel. Adding piping as an optional extra will elevate it even more, but the overall design emphasizes the width and roominess of the sedan's interior even more. What's different about the cockpit setup is that it does away with conventional instruments and goes with a small digital instrument panel and an augmented reality head-up display as standard. The digital panel shows the necessary info and warnings for the driver, but the other info, such as speed and driver assists, get displayed on the HUD to encourage eyes being kept on the road. Other tech includes a 15-inch infotainment display with a new menu structure. The settings for the cabin and seating climate control are on this display too. VW says that a 700W premium sound system from Harman Kardon will be on offer with 14 speakers and a subwoofer. Automatic parking is a standard feature, which allows the car to park autonomously from over 54 feet, whether you're inside or outside the car. European models come with travel assist as standard. We've yet to see whether this feature will carry over to US-bound models. VW spends a lot of time talking about the front seats in the VW ID.7, and for a good reason. They are a brand new design and offer optional adaptive climatronic massage, and with temperature and moisture sensors, can automatically adjust to keep the passengers comfortable, and this can be adjusted for the seat and the backrest independently. The seats will also have up to 14 ways of power adjustment, depending on the trim. A unique feature worth mentioning is that the climate control system will feature active vent control with smart air vents that distribute the air rapidly throughout the cabin via dynamic movement without gusting air into your face. This can also be activated as you approach the car with the key.